Welcome all of you once again, and a very good morning to you all. Today we'll continue with the same poem that we are studying, Animals. In this poem, the poet has compared human beings with animals, and he says that animals are far better than human beings. You know why he says? In fact, human beings are also animals, right? Aren't they? Biologically, what do you say? From science point of view, there is a scientific name also for human beings. What is it? Can anyone say?
Mammals.
No, human beings are mammals, no doubt. But there is a scientific name for human race. Like, a neem tree is known as Azadica indica.
Homo sapiens.
Yes, very good. They are known as Homo sapiens. Who, we human beings, are none but animals ourselves, but little advanced. And we find ourselves more intellectual and smart than other animals. That is the only difference. But being smart and intelligent doesn't just make ourselves different in poet's point of view, but here he says that we are worse than the animals. And animals, here animals refer to the beast animals or the pet animals, domestic animals, any animals that you can say. But preferably he means here beast. If one troubles us unnecessarily, what a beast you are, we say. We never say, but it happens angrily. Somebody says or calls others as a beast. It's little insulting for human being. But here the poet says that animals are far better than him. He would like to turn himself into animal. Like in class 9, we have studied the Northland, a woman in the Northland. Do you remember that lady who was so greedy? Do you remember from class 9, dear students, the poem? And when
Yes, sir.
Saint Peter came and he was hungry for a day and was asking for just a little small piece of cake. But whenever she was just about to offer him a small piece of cake, she used to find it larger. And when she was trying to eat herself, she was finding it the smaller. You know why happened so? Out of her greed. And finally, she was turned. In which animal, which bird, dear students? What's it turned later?
Woodpecker.
Yes, she
Woodpecker.
was finally turned
Woodpecker.
in a woodpecker. And you know what a woodpecker has to do? Just go on,
Hole in the tree.
making holes in the
Hole
wood,
in the tree.
in a hard wood, and then if he gets food, gets. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get food for woodpecker, right? The insects inside the wood, it eats, and neither it has a shelter. And if you want to find a shelter, again, it has to dig into the stalk of the tree and make a hole there to survive. So that greed and these qualities here the poet refers to, and so he calls human beings worse than animals.
Animals.
And so he says that he would prefer to be an animal than human being. Right? As I told you a reference from the poem, I would again like to tell you one reference from Gali Gali Chor Hai. Watched? Gali Gali Chor Hai.
No, sir.
Akshay Khanna's movie.
No, sir.
No? It's very interesting story there in that just for a fan that was not even stolen away from his home, he had to pay the policeman, the witness, the advocate more than 31,000 rupees. And finally, he was trying to rescue himself from that fan, and that fan gets replaced with RDX, the bag that was full of RDX, and it just threw it out and it got burst. And the people witnessed him that he was the one, we can say terrorist, that he was trying to, spread terror by blasting an atomic bomb there, or not an atomic bomb, a simple kind of bomb there. And he was also not just a cashier in the bank, but was playing a role of Hanuman as a part-time job in some plays or dramas. Ram Leela, like that kind. And but you know, later he had to finally sell his own house in order to get out of that false accuse that he was accused for blasting a bomb. That is very interesting story. I will not go in much depth, but the people are so greedy now. They are just trying to find out money out of any opportunity that they come across. They leave no stone unturned to earn money. So that is not called earning money. That is just called making money. And even in our society, you must be observing the people, how they are. Then one more movie, Rajnikant's Shivaji the Boss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There also we have seen how the politicians, even by Anil Kapoor, one more, Nayak, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you think now from the poet's point of view, we will definitely realize that yes, animals are far better than the human beings. And so the poet has compared and finally preferred that he should turn himself into an animal, but he never wants to be a human being. Right? Understood, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Very good. So some students have joined today and might not have joined yesterday. So I'm playing one more video here. You may watch it and enjoy and try to understand. I'm very sure now that you have understood everything what the poet wants to convey. But I would again like to entertain some of your queries, some of your doubts, some of the controversies that you have in your mind. Okay, so let us firstly watch this video and then we'll continue with our discussion. Would you like to watch, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So here it is. You are not able, dear students, to see on your screen?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, here it is. Don't worry. An error occurred. I think now you are, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Hello children, today we'll be discussing a very beautiful poem by Walt Whitman titled Animals. Before starting the poem, let's discuss something about the poet. Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon, often called the father of free verse, though he did not invent it. Whitman's work breaks the boundaries of poetic form and is generally prose-like. He also used unusual images and symbols in his poetry, including rotting leaves, tufts of straw, and debris. He also openly wrote about death and sexuality, including prostitution. After a stroke towards the end of his life, he moved to Camden, New Jersey, where his health further declined and he died at the age of 72. In the poem Animals, Walt Whitman has given a pedagogic point before human beings. He is very comfortable in the company of animals. He says animals are placid and self-contained. They do not whine and weep about their conditions. They do not complain. They are always satisfied and do their duty towards God and express their love and respect towards human beings. And that's how they lead a life of satisfaction and peace. The poem can be summarized in following points. Number one, desires to live among animals. The poet desires to live among the animals because they are serene and self-contented. They are too wise to bewail over their condition. They weep for their sins and do their duty to God. Point number two, quality of satisfaction. The animals are always satisfied. They do not possess the mania of possessing things. They do not show respect for the others. They even do not respect their 1,000-old ancestors. They are equal in sorrow and happiness. Number three, poets desire to learn from them. The poet has a deep desire to learn from the animals since they show their deep concern with them. They give him respect in the shape of a token and show their plain feeling. They do not have any kind of falsehood. The poet is much surprised at their quality. He wants to earn them, though he had dropped them carelessly. The poet uses such words such as demented and mania for never-ending desire of human beings to own things. These words show that the poet is comparing this desire to madness. The poet stands right in doing so, as this desire makes us so greedy and traps us in a vicious circle of aspiring more and more. Animals that are free from any possession are also free from sins, worries, and complaints. In order to gain more wealth, all the important values such as morality and kindness are left behind. The poem can be summed up in the following para. The poet Walt Whitman, in his poem Animals, compares animals to human beings and differentiates between them on the basis of their characteristics. Animals have been ranked much higher than humans in poets' perception. Since animals do not complain about their situation, they are considered to be much happier than humans. Animals live in a natural surrounding. They accept their natural lives. Humans, on the other hand, have never accepted nature, but they complain about it and try to change it. That leads to an unhappy life. The key to happiness in life is not complaining, but accepting a situation. The poet, in the poem Animals, laments the loss of certain values on the part of human beings, whereas animals seem to have retained them and are self-contented. In the modern civilized world, human beings have achieved a lot of material values, but lost their real virtues. The more developed and modern human beings become, the more they lost the essence of their characters. Animals, whereas, never adapted to any material goods and always remain natural. This natural aspect of animals has helped them maintain their values. Humans, in order to possess more and more, have forgotten kindness and innocence. The cause of the degeneration of the values in today's times is a loss of the real virtues in the life of humans. Human beings should be gentle not only to their own kind, but also to everyone and everything. Virtues such as kindness brings along other important values like innocence and honesty that together make the world a better place to live. The lack of such values results in a corrupt society where people commit sins and weep over them in dark. This situation makes them dissatisfied and unhappy in life. Human beings probably had these virtues in them, but along with civilization processes, they have left them behind and adopted greed and cunningness. The poem has following poetic devices. Personification. When animate qualities are given to inanimate objects. Then we have repetition, when a word or a phrase is repeated in a poem. Alliteration. Alliteration is the poetic device where same consonant sound is repeated in a line. Rhyme scheme. This poem has a rhyme scheme, a definite rhyme scheme. The poem has a rhyme scheme. It's actually a free verse. Then we have anaphora. When two or more consecutive lines start with same word or a phrase. Assonance, when same vowel sounds are repeated in a line. And sibilance, sibilance, s and sh alliteration is known as sibilance. Thank you very much, children.
Yes, dear students, did the video help you understand the poem well?
Sir, but this poem do not have any rhyme scheme, no?
No, that is free verse. You know,
Yeah.
many things here in this video you might have found.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yeah.
yes, they are wrong. But anyway, the real content that we should understand, you got it. That whatever we want, we got some extra
Yes,
things.
sir.
Either they are
Yes.
true or not. That is again controversial. But whatever we wanted to learn, you know, is there,
Yes.
and you got it. Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
we'll discuss your controversial views about the poet and his views. Can we go stanza by stanza so that we can discuss it in detail?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
First
sir.
stanza. Anil, can you read the first stanza? Is your textbook with you? Or you are
Ah,
waiting
yes.
for me to show it here? I'm scrolling down.
No, sir, the poem only, no, after this.
Yes, yes, here it is. You can read from your screen also.
Ah, yes, sir. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-content. I stand and look at them long and long.
Very good, Anil. Thank you, Ria. In the introduction, it is said, dear students, the poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals. So feel more at home means he is more comfortable. With whom? Animals than humans. You know why? Because whom he finds complicated and false. So whom does he find complicated and false? Man, or means humans or animals?
Humans.
Humans.
Very good. So he is more comfortable and feeling
Human.
more at home with animals than human beings. Do you agree that human beings are more complicated and false? Or you think animals are more complicated and false? Who are the more complicated and false?
Humans are more complicated and false.
Humans.
Yes. Everybody agrees?
Human.
Or does someone say that
Humans are
animals are more complicated?
complicated.
No, they are not at all complicated. We can easily understand. We remember dog. That is a symbol for honesty. You know, dog is very honest. Here I remember in 2014, one of the politicians had called the then chief minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi, today's prime minister, as a dog. He had called. Then um, prime minister, that time he was just chief minister from Gujarat. He said, "Yes, I am a dog." He took it in a very positive way because no animal can be more honest than dog. So dog, when we say honesty, we remember dog, right? Then
Yes, sir.
when we remember, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
a lion or a tiger or an elephant, each one of them will learn some or the other lesson. And you know, all of our stories from Panchatantra or Hitopdesh, they are all based on the good qualities and also
Animals.
some bad qualities of the animals. Like, for example, cunning. Which is the animal? Crow or fox?
Fox.
Fox.
Right. And that way, we learn many different lessons and we can easily understand them. They are not at all complicated. They are not at all false. Right? So
Yes.
here the poet has given in the introduction. Now let's come to the first stanza. There it says, the poet, I think I could turn and live with animals. Means he wishes, the poet wishes that he should live the life of animals. Means he wants to turn into an animal and live his life among the animals. You know why? He gives a reason here. They are so placid. You know, they are so serene and calm and quiet and self-content. Dear students, there is a difference between self-content and self-centered. What difference do you say that self-content and self-centered has?
Self-contained means they are satisfied with themselves.
Yes, very good. Self-content means whatever they have, they are very happy with that and they are satisfied. But self-centered means
And
greedy.
selfish.
You know, they want everything, yes, selfish, for themselves. They don't want anything to be given to others. Even
Sir?
you might have seen the animals. Yes,
Sir, what is the meaning of placid?
placid means calm and quiet. Serenity, you know, that quality it shows. Right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they are so calm and quiet and they are so self-content that they are happy with whatever they have. And so here the poet says, I stand and look at them long and long. and I'm observing them. I'm finding good qualities, virtues among the animals, and I wish I could turn myself into the animal and live with animals. You can imagine now that there are animals. It can be a zoo or in the forest. There he finds those animals, and he thinks and he wishes that he should also be one of them and live his life with the animals. And he gave firstly two reasons: that they are so placid, means calm and quiet, and happy with whatever they are having, self-contained. Understood? Any controversy or any doubt, query,
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
argument, debate? Nothing to worry now?
No, sir.
Okay, let's proceed with the second.
No, sir.
They do not sweat and whine about their condition. Here, sweat and whine, it is for complaining attitude. I don't have this, I don't have that, my health is only like this, I'm so short, I should have been tall. For one or another, thousands of reasons we have, and we find the excuses we just weep for, right? And we always complain for. This is our attitude. So those who have a positive attitude, they are not concerned. They are well, they are happy with whatever they have. But unnecessarily we think of many things that we have nothing to do, and just regret for that and weep for that and complain for those things where we cannot play any role. Generally people just go on speaking, he's like that only, he's like that only, just unnecessarily they talk and complain, be it about persons, be it about situations, be it about the events in their life, be it about their family members. For any thing or person or place they complain about, that is their attitude, as if they are born for complaining only. So for them, here the poet says that animals are not like them. They never complain. Even if we will say in the villages that the animals are just outside only, out of their homes, there is no shelter for most of the cattle, even if they are pet animals, but they just sit quietly or stand quivering, but they are never there to complain. Now there is another thing, that they cannot say anything, they cannot talk, but they never complain. That's what we can understand, and that's what the poet wants to convey. Then they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Simply it happens that if the animals are tired and if it is a night, they can take rest easily. They never just lie on bed and think about what happened today, this incident took place, and I was so sad, and I did so, and I'm regretting for that. Oh God, forgive me. No, it never happens with the animals. Whatever happens, they always live in the present life. They never either live in past nor in future. But human beings, they never live in present. They just either they will think of past or future. And that makes them different from animals. And so the poet says that he wants to turn himself into animal and live happily. Do you agree, dear students, what I'm saying? Is it true?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir.
Then they do not make mistake discussing their duty to God. And here people around us, Shani is there, and Shani is the cause that you are not able to progress. You scored very less marks because you did not worship this goddess or not that god. We just discuss about these things, but there we are never to attempt ourselves and try to introspect ourselves and try to improve. We never do that, but we just go on discussing about our duties to God. If there are 33 crore gods in our Hindu religion, if a single day we are spending for a day for a god, it may take our life to finish and worship with all the gods. You may believe, that is there, that is true. It always helps us. We can get relaxation when we pray, when we think that yes, somebody is there with you when the world is against you. That faith should be there, but not just superstition that you should do this, puja, archana, or you should take a cup or mug of milk and you should pour that linga of Shankar Bhagwan. with milk and then you will be able to score more marks. No, you can do it, no doubt. I think there is one movie from Bollywood where Paresh Rawal has played very important role. What is it?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. OMG. Oh my God. Right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So you know how the people are befooled by some certain personalities and so-called God. They call themselves as God. You know many such persons even in our society that they call themselves that they are God and they get worshipped by the people. Anyway, so you understood, why here the poet says that they do not make mistake discussing their duty to God. Animals never do like this. Even they don't know the term or a word God. They are born, they are living happily, whatever they are, they are happy with that. Here I remember one incident that once rat was very unhappy and he wanted to turn into a cat and he prayed God that he should turn into a cat. God appeared and he blessed him that he should turn in the form of cat. There again he found some difficulties that dog was there troubling the cat. Then he wanted to turn himself as a dog.
Yes, sir. I
He
agree,
again
sir.
found difficulties and again he wanted that he should be a tiger. Then when he became a tiger, there was a hunter who was always running after him for shooting, and finally he preferred to be a cat, to be a rat itself, right? So wherever we go, there are some difficulties. We think that I will go there and then I will be happy. When he or she will be there with me, then I will be happy. When I visit this place, I will be happy. No, happiness doesn't lie in the things or the places, nor in the persons. It is in yourself. You must realize it, right? Do you agree, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
It also doesn't mean that we should not have friends, we should not have wealth, we should not have, good people with ourselves. No, it doesn't mean. But what I mean, I think you must have got it. Anyway, next line here. Not one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. And no animal you will find dissatisfied. They are all satisfied with whatever they have. Wherever they are, they are all satisfied. But here, the human beings, they are always thinking of possessing the thing. They want this and that and everything. Those who are having even not slipper, they are thinking of slipper. Then those who are having slipper, they want shoes. Those who are having shoes, they want, some cycle. Those who are having cycle, they want motorcycle. Those who are having motorcycle, they want car. Those who are having car, they want some better, model. They want helicopter and like that, the grid goes on and there is no never end, right? So this way, the poet wants to say that human beings are so demented with the mania of owning things. They want everything for themselves. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. And we people just go and bow before anybody. I'm seeking blessings from you, touching their feet. But animals don't do like this. Even there are ancestors from their kind itself. They never remember them. But here we are, this person, this anniversary, his birth anniversary, his death anniversary, and we are just remembering them and worshipping. But we never think of their qualities that we can inculcate among ourselves. Yes, if you remember, don't just touch the feet. I think last year also I had asked you, if you are showing true respect for your parents, you should just touch their feet every day, or you should be obedient and obey their orders that they tell
Be
you to do.
obedient.
Yes, be obedient rather than just bowing their feet all the time and not even listening to them and always ignoring. That's not the way, right? So here the poet means to say in this line, not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Like human beings remember the people in the past, and we just remember them, but we never think of their qualities, and we never try to follow them in the way that those qualities can be implemented and we can be a good human. But we use them just for our sake. Even we can see the politicians, they remember those great personalities and say that this fellow, this great person was from our party. So he or she was from our religion. He or she is from our caste, right? And that way they just try to take disadvantage out of it. So not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. And this way here, they are all equal, they say. Nobody is important, nobody is below importance. Here we have, made also the classes of human beings, like middle class, like, in French Revolution, you have studied three estates. Similarly, here is rich people, middle class, below poverty, poor, and so on. But among animals, it never happens. They are all respecting one another. And we should also, we say now that give respect, take respect. But as it is important that you should give respect, similarly, it is also important that you should take respect. Right? Or you should just go on giving respect and nobody is giving you respect. You are not taking at all. Does it make good sense?
No, sir.
No. As it is important that you should give respect, similarly, it is also important that you should take respect. You should not be, lack of self-respect. Self-respect should be there, but self-respect doesn't mean ego. There is little difference between them. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. And here the poet says that even those animals, they never try to cheat others. However they are, they show. But people, they just pretend. I'm not having good qualities, but I pretend to be very good with you. That's not true. Animals never do like this. However they are, whatever the qualities they have, they represent. For example, like in the stories we know that goat becomes a friend with a tiger. In the stories it is okay, but practically in the forest, can it be true? Can a tiger show a friendship with a goat? Or with
No, sir.
deer? No. He's going to eat it up, finally. Right? And that way, here, the poets means that however they are and whatever they are, with their own qualities, they represent themselves as they are. They never try to pretend they are someone and trying to show somebody else that they are something different, right? So they bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. And whatever they have, and here the token of myself means the good qualities that human beings have. In fact, human beings have only the good qualities. We are never made for bad things. Eventually, there is always kindness in our heart. I think in the previous lesson from Shaktiman, in the context of one of the texts, I don't remember, but it finally showed now that person is kind, person is good, everybody. Even if a dishonest person is there, as I told you previously, he wants honest people in his life, right? Even a dishonest person wants honest person. Why? Somewhere there is some good in his heart, and so he wishes that all people with him should behave and treat him well. And here, so the poet says that they bring me tokens of myself, they evince them plainly in their possession. And at last, in the last stanza, the poet says, I wonder where they get those tokens. And where they get these tokens refers to the qualities human beings naturally possess. All the good qualities are there in human beings. But day by day, we are turning ourselves into the beast animal. Like if you see your grandparents, as they are kind with you, no other people can be found as kind and loving and caring for you, even your own parents. Do you agree? Those who are having grandparents, you please share your experience. I have this experience that the people, those who are poor, they are more kind with you, they are more loving and caring for the people. If you go, dear students, in the villages, you will never be hungry. But in the cities, you will die hungry, but nobody will be there to help you. Unless they find something of their own sake. I think in class 9, I had shared with you one example that there was a lady with her child, and she was in Bombay. She went to just a 5-star hotel and asked for milk. She was kicked out from there. But she simply went out of the city and was walking in the street on the road, and there was one dhaba, simple person with one tapri, small tea shop, and he gave her milk, everything, and looked after. So am I right, dear students, or am I telling the wrong thing?
No, sir, you are.
One witness?
You're right.
Okay. So did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? And here he says, finally the poet, that these are our qualities of human beings, but negligently we have dropped them down. And so we want them all back so that we can be a good human. Right, dear students? Now let's discuss your queries, your doubts, any controversial statement that you have found in the poem or that I have made. Please, dear students, be frank and share. No?
No, sir.
Everybody understood? Shreya, Khushi,
Sir, I have doubt in one line.
Yes, sir.
very good. Who here
Sir.
is?
Sir, I have doubt.
Yes, dear, you please ask.
Sir, I didn't understood that line. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Actually, when you was explaining that time, my internet connection was unstable. So,
Okay, sick discussing means, superstitions that we follow. For example, if you are not doing well, then you are asked, go to this man, he will help you. His blessings will definitely help you score more. Go to this temple and, offer some flowers or oil or milk over there or ghee, and you will get good marks. So that is all, sick discussing and superstitions that the people follow in society. Understood, dear? I
yes,
have
sir.
explained more things. You can also replay the video and watch it again. Right?
Okay, okay. No problem.
Good. Anything else, dear students? Anybody? Any doubt? I think the question answers
No,
were
sir.
shared with you yesterday, but we'll quickly discuss with them. We have 5 minutes. Are there? Yes. So notice the use of word turn in the first line. I think I could turn and live with animals. What is the poet turning from? The poet is turning from human being to animal,
Animal.
right? And he finds animals more placid and self-contained, and therefore he wants to live with them. That is the answer. Then mention 3 things that humans do and animals don't. Very easy. Who can share 3 things that humans do but animals don't?
Sir, may I?
Yes, dear Shreya, you can.
Humans always complain, but animals do not complain about their conditions.
Very good.
Then humans commit sins and whip for them,
Very
but
good. Right.
animals do not. And
Absolutely.
animals are always satisfied with what they have, but humans are never satisfied.
Very good. Right. And also humans are a little religious and they just discuss about the duties towards God, but animals don't. Very good. Now, question number 3. Do humans kneel to other humans who lived thousands of years ago? Discuss this in group. Yes, we kneel. Right? Don't we?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
We
sir.
find the idols or the photographs or the statues of such people who lived thousands of years ago, and we worship them and we kneel before them and seek blessings from them. So there could be some ancestors, saints, or the preachers whom they follow religiously, and so we people also, being human, follow their preachings. Then last question number 4 is, what are the tokens that the poet says he may have dropped long ago? The last 2 lines. There you will find answer. Which the animals have kept for him. Discuss this in class. The hint given is here, dear
Yeah.
students. Whitman belongs to the romantic tradition that includes Rousseau and Wordsworth, which holds this civilization that civilization has made humans false to their own true nature. What could be the basic aspects of our nature as living beings that humans choose to ignore or deny? Yes, you can, dear. Bhumi, there. Who wants to
Yes,
answer?
sir. Means the poet means to say that tokens refers to the good qualities, and humans now lack of that because they have been much greedy.
Yes, very good. The word tokens, according to the poet, is the good qualities in human beings.
Good qualities.
Very good. The poet feels that nowadays good qualities do not exist in human beings. They have lost them for the sake of worldly things which they want to achieve at any cost. In the villages, all people come together, they observe, they celebrate, they share their foods with them one another. But in the cities, door closed. Even we are not bothered who is our neighbor, right? Not in Ahmednagar, but in the big cities it happens. So we are not giving nowadays also the importance to the relationship, and one or the another way we just try to find for our sake. I want this fellow and I want to have a photograph or selfie with him. Why? I can show it to someone and get this or that benefit. So we do everything for our sake, out of greed, not just for self-respect, right? And so this way the poet has compared the human beings with animals. So this is, I think, sharp 11:45. Is it okay, dear students? Is that enough for you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Understood everyone, everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very good. So thank you so much, dear students. That's it
Sir.
for today. Bye. Yes, dear Bhumi.
Sir, do we have again class
What do
in
you
the
think?
afternoon?
At 1 o'clock, can we have just for half an hour, like we
Yes,
have
sir.
every day?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
but how? Okay.
Today we'll just start with glimpses of India, and there I'll simply share with you some videos. And if you
Yes, sir.
understand this poem in detail, I refer to 3 movies. What are they? Gali Gali Chor Hai,
हाँ
Shivaji the Boss, and Nayak.
तो वो
Right?
तो देखी हुई है हाँ सर
Okay, fine. Thank you, dear
Sir.
students, once again. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Here is
यस सर बाय सर
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye. Take care.